a giant mess.
Hey everybody, how we doing today? So I just started a prediction for whether or not we think we're actually going to be able to go through all of the all three kingdoms kingdom rolls today.
Ha!
So the plan is to go through all three of them. I have a plan. My cell phone is actually not on me. This is starting off a bad foot. I don't have my cell phone on me, which has the plan written in it, but luckily it connects to my laptop and I have that next to me. So the goal is to do that. Hopefully we don't stutter green stream because he's the only one that seems to be affected by it, but don't want to mess with the poor guy. Other than that, what's up, guys? How we doing? Do well all week? Jake's looking sexy. Cell's looking.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say he's the one that's green here. You know what I'm saying? First of all,
Current.
how dare you simp for Norway?
I always simp for Nora. Okay, I'm playing the only good character left in Aurorum at this point. Let's be realistic.
I'm just saying, like, this is like, I'm sorry that you guys have to sit next to him. I get to keep it
Listen.
way over there. You know?
my listen, I'm representing my university colors. It's green.
Uh-huh. I do like the color, except it's spelt wrong. Look at that. It's spelt
the
wrong.
British way.
Just for you. You know what I mean? Oh boy.
Yeah, but my hair's green now. It stays much. I've already washed my hair twice since I got it dyed, and it's still super green. So I guess that's what happens when you get not an orange/red based dye, because those get washed out easier.
I remember the first time I ever met somebody with green hair. It was right before I moved closer to where Nick grew up. I was living in Revere at the time, and it was one of my last few days there because I moved halfway through a school year after my grandma died, and one of my friends had dyed his hair green. It was last 5 days at the school before I left, and I remember coming in. I can't remember the kid's name. I remember coming in and being like, "Dude, your hair's green." He goes, "I know. Do you like it?" It's natural. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
and we're talking 7th grade to boomer. I still remember that joke because it was so good.
You know what was the best part about that time, though, was that Scott rocked a cabbie hat and walked around with a Puff Daddy mixtape from the Godzilla soundtrack.
I don't even know what half of that means, but it sounds
Exactly.
boomer.
Exactly. Oh, is it P. Diddy now or just Diddy? I don't know, but it was great.
I think it was Diddle P. I think he goes by
Diddle
Diddle
P?
P now. Yeah, he just likes a Diddle P. So, anyways,
Oh,
all right.
geez. That's R.
Oh.
Kelly, by the way.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry. All right. I have a tub full of ice cream, so I can cry away the woes of Jake's
Rolling
character
bet?
dying.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
Who wants to recap last week? It's not gonna be Jake.
I guess I'll do it. I did Kingdom Rules. I think Nick did Kingdom Rules. And our ambassadors met Nick. Me and Jake's ambassadors met in our run.
Cool.
Jake has a pretty badass old lady that's gonna die, and maybe before the campaign ends. She's pretty old.
Oh, you mean his daughter?
Yeah, rolled a D. Is it what, a D20 past the venerable? See when they die of old age.
Yep.
Um,
Rolls a natty 1. She kills over right then. I was like, Father, how old am I?
it's a GM roll, so we would never know.
Oh,
It'd
what is
come
it,
natural.
D20? It's a D20? All right, who's going to roll for you?
Age.
Well, excuse me, not you. Jake.
No, I'm Googling it.
Oh, okay. Jake, he's going to tell them to die. Who's rolling for you, Jake?
Someone already rolled. They rolled an 18 on that. D20.
Half
Thanks.
orc.
Zalamos? All right.
Are they orc or half orc?
No, that's for how long to derail.
Are they orc or
No,
half orc?
no, it wasn't. You just went away.
Jake?
Jake, are they orc or half orc?
Oh,
Orc? Okay. How old are they?
I don't remember. I made it up
40?
on the spot.
40 or something like that?
So
like
it's
that.
40 plus 1d20.
All right. Who's rolling for you?
It could be long enough, or it could be 1 year. And then you gotta make a new one.
Who are you rolling for, Jake? Got
Sorry,
somebody.
you muted. I can't hear you.
I got you. No
I can
problem.
see your mouth moving, but it's just
Xylemos
No sound,
he rolled a 10, so you should just take
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I'll take it then.
Because it wasn't called out. I'll call out who it is. All right, True Blue, do what you do.
it. Don't roll a 1, but roll above a 5.
All
Okay,
right.
12. Good.
Well done.
You got to 52. And then she
Uh-huh.
just dies of old age.
God, be
That's
nice to
funny.
Green.
Why are you so happy about that? So
No, it's just funny. That's all.
it's not funny though.
You know,
You keep smiling about impending death of my
it's
daughter.
Okay. Listen.
people in my kingdom.
How many daughters do you have?
You know, we don't need to count
No.
numbers.
That's what. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You know, man. Can you name them all? Probably not. So I don't think we gotta worry about it.
It's like Katrina, Kalina.
You just name them like Orc 1, 2, 3, 4. You just go down the line.
Orc, Zork, Bork, Lork, Orc.
Just like
That's
the
how I
dwar-
name half my orcs. It's like that.
it's like the dwarves in Lord of the Rings.
You just do that though. Like if you pick a word, and you just start rhyming nonsense with it. Occasionally, you say something. You're like, I did not mean that one. Not that one. Not that one.
My sister did that the other day. That was funny. I was
Uh-oh.
like,
What was the word she rhymed with? Don't worry
we're
about it.
talking
Don't worry about it.
yeah. We'll pass on that one. You can take your guess.
Yep, hard pass. She rhymed with lemon. All right, moving on.
True.
So,
Orange, right? There's no rhymes to it.
Jake, we're picking up with you. Now, last time,
Were we picking up with me?
Oh wait, did we want to do ambassadors for my clan first?
oh yeah, we should get that out of the way. Okay, we'll do that first, and then Jake, we're picking up with you.
I saved you, Jake. You got time to think.
Same as before. Your characters are going to be meeting each other prior to meeting the war. What is it? The warlord of this Chan. You know, Naito. So prior to meeting with the true leader of the tribe, you guys have to kind of like bump into each other. I imagine where your characters are, you're going to be up in a what's what I'm looking for? Almost like a cliff edge. Like a vantage point. This doesn't have to be the highest peak or any stretch like that, but like a vantage point where the two of you are looking down over the area where they have the many different mines that are down there. Now, this isn't a mining operation, let's say, well, human mining operation like we would do nowadays or as we've done in history, so on and so forth. It's also a very orcish mining operation. So there's like pockmarked holes kind of going in everywhere. It almost looks like if you walk past an area that has a very, very, very active ant colony inside of it. A bunch of holes kind of going into the mountainside, climbing up on the cliff faces, straight down into the earth. Wherever it was, they found a bit of a weaker bit of stone that they could break apart and dig into. Because even though they have slightly more advanced equipment here because of the better quality materials they work with, the simple fact of the matter is it's still just orcs using barely outside of the Bronze Age materials to do this, right? So you have to kind of go where what's easy. So again, lots of pockmarks to find veins. That all being said, we're going to have your characters are kind of overlooking this. I'm going to allow Jake to describe his character standing there overlooking the cliff edge as Nick's character walks up and can say the first word. Jake, describe your character first.
Okay. All right. Making the character up on the spot. All right. Here we go.
Wow. They pre-wrote theirs. All you have to do is if you have your daughter for one clan, you just have your son for the other clan, but your son has to be like the epitome of Eric Trump.
You told me who you were.
No. It's yeah. I know the name.
Okay. You only got the name. Okay.
It is another member of Verix's family. All right. We already went through this. All right. So you see standing on the cliff overlooking this industrial mining place. A young kid, not too young. He's about 15, standing at about 5'7". He turns to face you, and you notice that he has the tusks of an orc. However, he looks rather human. They wouldn't stand out as much as if he were a full orc or even a half orc. You might say he's a quark. And yeah, he's got dark long hair. and no beard. Looks like he has been raised in a court. And he turns around to address you and he says, "Hello, my name's Pete. I am the ambassador to Clan Shadow from Densha. Who do I have the pleasure of making your acquaintance?"
Okay. So in comes Hobgoblin, early 20s, kind of similar in demeanor, definitely reserved, a little bit more on the conservative edge, kind of looks bookish, if you will.
Yep.
Again, Hobgoblin, and he will come up with rigid posture and say, "Pleased to meet you, Pete. I am, of Clan Kushibachi."
I can't take the name Pete seriously in this setting. But
You're
anyway,
saying Pete the Cork, dude. It's so funny.
I just want to point out that his father is a full orc, and he's only a quarter orc. That means mommy got some good genes.
whose father is a full orc? Why are you making my characters? Sion?
No, Pete isn't necessarily the son of Varix.
Oh,
He is the great grandson of Daelric.
my bad.
See? That's how we
Yes,
get to the Quark, all right?
Technically, his full name is Repeat.
Well,
Oh God.
he sticks out his hand to shake yours.
Yes, and he will shake it.
Yeah.
In a courtly manner, while looking over this beautiful landscape of pockmarks and people
It's
definitely
probably smells.
dutifully carrying their rocks. And Ina will say, while highly defensible for large-scale assaults, this looks like a security nightmare.
Yes, well, I guess that's why we're here, to maybe help the warlord Tessel to make some better decisions.
We're not working miracles, Pete.
That just must be my boyish ignorance. Sorry. And he's wearing a cape. All right, he has a cape, and he switches his cape, and then starts to head down the hill.
Please tell me it's a half cape. Is it a half cape? Yes, it's got to be.
It's a full cape.
Full cape, all right.
He heads down the hill.
Walking cane in hand.
The cloak comes barely above his small of his back.
To be fair, he's almost middle aged for an orc. Oh wait, he's a cork. He's more human. Never mind. He's just old enough to be an adult.
Okay, good fellow, let's go. And they prance into the sunset.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Just saying, I ship it in before marriage. Anyways,
Oh my God, why would you do this, Jake? You give me the best characters.
Lenny and Pete.
Lenny and Pete.
All right, so Tessel, set the scene of how it is that they're going to meet you, and we can allow Jake to meet you first.
Okay, it's the same kind of meeting room he has, which is the low table with like the floors where you kind of like sit on your knees or cross-legged at like kind of the Japanese aesthetic of like an open kind of area where you can see the far off hills and maybe the speckles of trees, and it overlooks like the city. He'd probably be speaking to like Lenny at the moment, arranging asking about instruments because Tesla's looking to buy some.
Okay, so in comes Pete with a swish of his cape.
As you, so I imagine you almost like walk past the person supposed to announce you, and then you just open like the sliding door, as like Tesla's talking to Lenny, and then you just walk it.
He does. Yep. He walks in.
All right, he's fancy.
Bows and says, Warlord Tessel.
I'm so. Who are you?
My name is Pete from Clan Densha. I've been sent
Ah,
as an ambassador.
did someone not guide you in?
He looks around and there's nobody there and he's like, must not.
Well, Letty, we'll talk about getting some string instruments later, friends. I have business to attend.
It's very important. I will not succeed without them, he says as he walks out the door.
When you get some, I'm getting some too. I have a knack for instruments.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you.
What are you getting?
My gnome was we're discussing.
Your gnome?
Yes, my gnome. The
Oh.
only gnome in the kingdom. He's my friend, Lenny. He's my magistrate, my
Notice how he
sage.
claimed
He
ownership over that when he said my
goes
gnome.
about the arcane magics and the like. I hate you.
Oh.
I know what everyone's thinking. I hate all of you. Anyway, um,
That's why I left it alone after that, but continue.
but that's not important. Pete's the cork. Is that a title, or are you just a quarter orc?
Well, I don't believe I told you I was Pete Cork. I thought I said my name was Pete, but
Oh.
thank you for noticing.
Sorry, it just
yes. However, yes, people do call me Pete Cork. Warlord, what instrument were you looking at getting?
I think he was speaking of a I believe it's called a violin. It's a more of a delicate instrument of dexterity from the West.
Oh, and you're both getting one?
Well, see, he said he could play it better than me because he's been trained in it or something, and I told him I would easily beat him in any playing competition.
Well, I don't want to upset you having just met you, but maybe I could play better than both of you. Maybe a third instrument will be required.
Well, I'd be happy to put some money towards this instrument for you. We would have to do some sort of wager at some point to see which of us play the best. But for now, sits. He gestures to like the table in front of him.
Thank you. And he sits down.
Everybody will obviously have to vote for Tesla, otherwise it gets time in the mine.
God, shut up. So you're Pete's. You come from Clan
Densha?
You didn't announce what clan you came from when you walked in.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
So
Clan Densha. Didn't I? I thought I did. Oh.
No, I believe
Anyway,
you just
yes,
walked in,
Clan Densha.
with your so what relation do you have to Warlord Varix?
Oh, Warlord Varix is my great-grandfather.
He is an old one.
I've never met him.
Oh.
I was raised with my mother in Kijingsi. I mean, in whatever the northern city is. I don't know.
Oh, you're from the capital city in the north that I totally know the name of.
I am, yes.
Interesting. Well, maybe some time we can discuss about the city. I'd like to hear of its design and structure.
Oh, of course.
What skills do you have, I guess?
Many.
Anything in specific I should know to utilize your abilities the best?
Well, I've been raised among the courts, so I bring some knowledge of how the northern courts work. Truth be told, I was a little taken aback when I was appointed this position, but I will endeavor to do Clan Densho proud and help you in any way that I can.
I'm sure you will do your great-grandfather proud. He kind of says questioningly to get the number of greats right.
He's like, those numbers don't add up. Wait, he's like, your dad's 70 and you are what? 30? And he's 3 generations above you?
He's 15. Thank you.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm sure Varix has assigned you, and you will do a wonderful job, as he is a good ruler in his lands, and we are allies together.
Yes, you've met him a few times then?
Yes, we meet bi-monthly or so to discuss matters of external affairs and internal.
Once more with feeling.
I
What's
have
he like?
ventured. What's he like? He's a bit brutish, but he is an orc of the Barren Lands. I've met the few. He's truly one from there. He practices ritualistic cannibalism. Um, we had him. We made him a bone scepter from one of the scum from the northern clans that's tried to kill us. He kicked him so hard that he died, and then he drowned. He drowned in the mud. So, you know, it kind of just happens. But he's a great warrior. I believe he just recently killed a ashen boar in the Barren Lands with a spear made in our forages. But
Oh wow, you make rather good weapons here.
how much do you know of my clan?
He looks down at his feet.
It's fine.
It's more what I know, and he like looks away. He's like, sorry. Continue.
What do you know of your clan?
I must
It
give
you know
clan
don't
secrets.
don't
Sorry.
don't worry about it. We will get we will get Gorza to explain the people my people to you and about my clan. She's my hearth tender. I think you will like her. She's a very motherly figure.
You
She's
raise
kind.
an eyebrow at you.
She's kind
Okay.
and caring.
Well, I look forward to meeting her.
If there's nothing else you'd wish to know, Pete, then I believe Naren's advisor should be coming soon.
Oh yes, I met him earlier. Nice fella. It's a woman, actually, isn't it? Is it a woman? I can't remember.
No, he's a man.
Nice. Okay.
The chat is just so good.
Oh shit!
You know, Tesla stands up. You know. Oh my god.
All right, I'm done. All right.
You
Take
know,
my leave.
Tesla stands up. You know, guides you out. Looks to see like why there's no one on watch, and or anyone at like the entrance guiding you in, and is just kind of confused.
Yeah, and Pete will go on his way.
Well, then he actually picks up. Gorza is if you go to the temple, she's in there. First hallway to the left. Her office is on the right. I
Take
hope
the
you can
first
find-
right, and then
Yeah.
it'll be there. Thank you.
Uh,
And he walks off.
Tesla just shakes his head. Who did Barrick send me?
Then you can call for the other one, since you apparently are in these meetings now.
Yep.
I think Eno will just walk in the door and be like, "You should really get a door, man. This is not safe."
I imagine like they're all on like break or something, and it's just like very, very. Like I don't like Tesla's confused too. She's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Wow, so many people are on break. This is not the reputation I heard of, but I'm very pleased.
If I'm gonna be honest, I'm confused where all the doormen are. I'm gonna have to speak to Tark about this later.
Ice cream truck drove by.
I'll have to speak to Tark about this to make sure we're arranging the guards of the city in proper fashion. God, so much
Yes,
work.
yes.
Sorry, your name?
Well, I am Ina, and Warlord Narayan Kuchavashi has sent me, and maybe this is a great opportunity for me to help you, as my talents lay in strategy and tactics. I can certainly help with the mundane task of basic security.
Uh, we'll use your help if it's required, but I not want to step on my advisor's toes. We'll see what they are willing to hand off to you, if anything at all.
Absolutely, though, in truth, my specialty would be in foreign affairs. But if help is
Uh,
needed, I will gladly step up.
Sit, as he gestures to his like low table, and then he walks around and sits across from you.
He'll wait for you to sit first. But yes.
What is your relation to Naran?
I am but just another humble one of Naran's followers. We all grew up together in the orphanage, and he led us to true glory. So I'm here repaying the debt.
It's good to have for Naran to have such loyal followers for so long. I'm sure he sent you because of your great talents and duty to his clan.
Yes, and mostly to aid you in strategy and tactics, as he felt that this is where my skills would be most useful.
If they are, I'd gladly hear any advice you have.
Absolutely.
But I do believe my tactics are currently going well, as my clan does fare and weather many storms, like this recent crop failure, but we have weathered it, or will weather it.
Well, as Lord Naren likes to say, if you're happy with your current situation, then you're about to get fucked.
Well, sadly, we can't ever be happy with our current situation. We must be forever expanding with the threat of clan steel.
With the threat of all the clans of Kijinski.
Of course. It is us against all those who are below the Northern Three.
And above.
Of course, but can't worry about those yet. For now, we still must deliver our iron and wood and protect their borders.
Yes. Well, it is my job to worry about all of them all the time, and I will do what I can.
Is there anything you need of me now, or should I just guide you to your housing situation?
Just guide me to where I can find information to what is the local happenings, and I will go about my duties with fervor.
Of course. My talebearer, Telia Todd, would be a good one to visit to learn of the affairs. Though she is a interesting character. I wouldn't take too much offense to her words. Other than that, meeting my looks at my kingdom sheet. Meeting my Ember Keeper Rima, to understand the faith of my people, and my Hearth Tender Gorza to understand the will of my people would be useful.
Well, fairy tales and hopes and dreams sure are nice.
Luckily, my faith doesn't require that of gods.
Yes. As you say.
If there's nothing else, if you head to the temple, that is where most of the offices are situated. Atelier could probably be found around town if you make enough noise.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure, Lord Tesla.
It is a pleasure, you know.
Yes. He will walk out the door and he'll be like, "Can somebody watch this door, please?" What is this place?
Guy comes back wiping some ice cream off of his, chin or whatever. Like, what? Huh? And gets back in the.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, So, Jake's kingdom rules.
Jake, as I said 45 minutes ago, You we last left off with you horribly failing the attempts to save the giants. So it has unfortunately become an actual monster attack, that of which you've failed at last turn. When you fail a monster attack, the very first thing that happens is your unrest goes up by 4. So unfortunately, your unrest jumps up by 4 going into your kingdom rolls.
Let's see. Did I fail? No, because, they kind of didn't attack me. They kind of attacked the other clan.
They're attacking you now, remember? They came down the hills, they were eating your farm. At first, they were eating your livestock. They told you about that. And then you guys went up there and tried to do a joint effort to overthrow them. And it didn't work out. And then they were like, ah! And then, yeah. Bad things and other bad things. Yeah. So, about you failing, you want to go ahead and... -4 to your unrest,
4 to unrest.
which I think gets you a 5.
Yes.
All right, cool. Excuse me. I was very much enjoying my ice cream. Clicking here and what are you saying there, Nick?
We saw you enjoying that ice cream.
Jake, back to you. You can go ahead and roll your loyalty check. Stability check. I'm sure you have to set up the character sheet for yourselves to make sure it's accurate, but it is a DC 34, and you have a plus 30 to the check now.
Correct. Yes. All right. Let me see. Upkeep phase.
That's right. This thing was thrown off because you did a test thing earlier. Busted. So you succeeded.
Right,
That's good news. So you can bring you back down to a 4, which is awesome. All right, cool. The very next thing you're going to do, sir, is you're going to pay your consumption, which is a -3, which is good news for you. You don't have to worry about anything there. Actually, with your consumption there, with your -3, we actually never incorporated in the fact that you have armies. That was never updated on this sheet. So we're going to go ahead and do that really quickly. Copy, boom, boom, boom.
I think it is because I had a consumption of -6, and you did something, and now it's a -3.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing inside there that it would affect that. You have your edicts, may have affected that, but army certainly isn't affected. Maybe you increased your size or something like that. I don't know, Mike.
I'm not sure. I know it was. I have to have a look because it was an event that I got.
So armies, you would have. How big is your standing army?
It's 100.
It's just 100, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Boom, and we're gonna go equals this. So -3, but your armies is 1. So make sure consumption -2. So you should be good to go there. And I just want to grab something really quickly for chat, and then we can keep going. Sorry, like I said, I was eating my ice cream, so I didn't set that for you. I'm sorry. Doesn't help that I keep having to adjust things. All right, we're gonna cut and paste here. Cool. All right, sir, you can. So my apologies. So your consumption, you pay your consumption, which is -2. Doesn't affect you at all because you have your standing army that's there. However, your standing army is not fully trained yet, is it? I don't think we had anybody with a fully trained army, did we? I think only Nick's that had the fully trained army?
It cost a lot of BP, right?
Correct. So I think only Nick got to walk in with a fully trained army because he had like the smallest group of them or whatever it was. It just kind of makes sense for him. But continuing on. So it's totally not nepotism. So you are going to fill magic item slots. To do that, you're going to roll a D1. Oh wait, do you have any open slots?
Wait, don't I get a rolling force check? Isn't that next?
Not yet. Nope. That's afterwards. For your magic item slots, it is Kave has no open slots there, so you are good to go. So going back to Kingdom, now it's going to be your Royal Enforcer check. It's going to be a 32 against a 34 is what you want to roll. Go ahead as well. Jesus, Alamos, filling it up, huh?
Okay.
All right. So you succeeded again. Kudos. That brings your unrest back down to a 3, which is good news. Awesome. So now that that's going on, the next thing that you're going to do with your kingdom rolls, I'm going to switch this here for you guys. is you're going to go to assign leadership. Now, I don't think you have any new leaders coming into place. I don't think you're missing any leaders, so it's not a concern.
Nope.
Next thing you're going to do is either claim or abandon hexes.
You good?
Hiccups. Damn ice cream. Are you going to claim or abandon any hexes?
Let me have a look at 1 second.
God damn it.
Yeah, this one here.
So you're looking to claim the hex to the east of Nick?
Yes.
Gotcha. I think the phrasing is cramping style. God damn it. I am so sorry, everybody. You're going to have to deal with that for a little while. All right, getting this in view and doing that for you now. Pay 1 BP to make that happen. So your BP was a 14, it's going down to a 13.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy luck, it gives them luck. So anyways, back to you. After that, are you going to claim any more hexes? No. Are you going to build any terrain improvements?
Terrain improvements. I don't think so.
Okay. So no farms or anything like that. Cool. After that, are
I
you?
kind of need to know what my BP is like after I do these buildings. If we can kind of come back to it, if I can.
Well, might want to hold off on the terrain improvement then. If you don't think you're gonna do it, because especially if you're gonna try to re-raise your army, you definitely don't want to do it. All right. So, and building updates that you're doing. So for building updates, you are currently doing 2 BP for your monastery. That's happening automatically. Yep. I'll adjust that for you right now. 1 month, 2 BP. Oop, shit. That's 1 month, 2 BP, and 1 month, 2 BP. So that is gets you to a 11. Okay. After that, you are going to do what other buildings?
A wall.
Where?
I'd like to build a wall.
South, I imagine?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because technically it's just a shitty wall that's like around your whole thing.
That takes up a quarter of it. So, you want to do the southern border?
Yeah.
That's where the Karak would be coming from?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Wall is... Ooh, that was terrible. That was wrong. For your wall... There we go.
Which is 2 BP, is it?
I believe the city wall is 2 BP, yes, sir.
Yeah. Alright, so that's 9.
Oh, geez.
Alright, did you say I have, Did you say I have... Do I have to pay any money for my army coming out of,
It's half their ACR. Do you have their ACR written down?
7.
If their ACR is 7, you pay 3 to wake them up.
3?
Yep.
So if they're on reserve, you pay 3 to have them come active.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then they take a -1 penalty for either for a whole month after they come active, your next kingdom rolls, or the first battle. Whichever comes first.
Okay.
Yeah. They just take a -1 penalty to things. So if you're rolling with a in your consumption's only a 2?
Yep.
It's really low. Why does it sound so low? Is this supposed to be half your ACR? Oh, do you have live off the land or something like that?
I do have to off the land.
Gotcha, that's why. So that's why it's instead of a 3, it's a 2. And you have no ranged weapons?
I don't remember. I think I do, actually.
That would increase it. That would increase it if you use ranged weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes your consumption a 4. No, sorry, my apologies. Oh, a 3. God damn, I hate
3.
hiccups.
All right. Let's see. So
Okay.
consumption of 3.
So you pay 3 PP to wake them up, and then you're going
Yeah.
to pay 3 PP a week that they are awake, as long as they're up. So did you already pay the 3 to wake them up to bring it down to I think an 8, right?
I'm not sure. I think that's just from the wall. So now it would be 3, and then
Hold up. You had a
another
13.
3. Yeah.
You're at a 13, and yeah, so you spent 4, so that's down to there. So you go do 3, brings it down to a 6. They're not actually acting for a week yet, so 6 wakes them up. Okay, cool, they're awake. Awesome.
Yep.
Anything else to your kingdom rolls? Were you doing any buildings or what?
I am. So now they're awake. I don't have to worry about paying any more, right?
You should assume that you need 3 if you're going to have them act immediately. If you want them to immediately go and attack the giant, then assume 3.
Yeah, but I can build because I'm about to do my economy roll anyway. Correct?
If you're having them wake up and immediately attack the giant, that's going to happen before the economy roll. No. It can't be after the economy roll. No, it can't be after the economy roll. My apologies.
Yeah,
In this
because
scenario.
this is
In
because
this
it's like
scenario.
yeah. Well, it's because it's that's like during, I guess, the event phase.
The original part would be yes, but if they were already active, you would actually have rolls happening before your event phase because every week you pay, and the event phase is only once a month.
Yeah. Is the walls reduce unrest by 1 or 2?
By 2.
Okay, sweet. I'm back to an unrest of 1.
If it's your first wall.
It is.
Right, it is.
Okay.
It is my first wall. All right, and I will start building a castle.
Excuse me?
Yeah, start building a castle.
How are you going to start building a castle?
Wait.
Well,
What
you
city
only
do you
need a town.
Okay.
Need a town,
Yeah.
and it is 5 BP for 12 months.
Oh.
I wonder, would you allow us
best to get in early than start much later and have to wait another 12 months?
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. It's actually kind of really smart if it's only 5 VP a month for 12 months. That's actually pretty friggin' sweet. Where do you want to build it? In the center?
Yep.
Or because eventually you can imagine your districts are going to spread, do you want it at the southern part or the center?
I think the center. It's just easier.
Okay.
Right.
So it's 5 VP a month for 11 months. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
5 BP for 12 months. So it'll be 11 more months after today. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Like
Takes
he said-
a long time to build. So
Like he said,
Starting early.
start soon. All right, that brings your BP from a 6 to a 1.
yep.
Wow. Okay. That's a thing. All right. After that, sir. Wow, that was ballsy. Any edicts you're looking to issue?
Edicts. No.
Okay. All right, that's it.
Yep, that's it. I believe for that I need to roll my treasury and events.
Correct. I imagine your treasury just going straight into rolling the 1d20 plus 29 divided by 2.5. Quick question: if you're going to use a luck die, use it first and just add it to your roll.
Well,
Okay.
it might you have it divided by 2, so yeah, always use a luck die,
Divided by
yes.
2.5.
If there's any luck die in there. But can you just quickly read me the updated things so I can put in my sheet, like my economy, loyalty, and stability?
Oh, sure, I can do that. Yeah. So economy is 29, loyalty is 35, stability is 35.
Looking good.
Thanks, man.
Did you Did you put our trade things for his economy?
Scott updated it on the
Okay.
sheet.
Got you. Just double
Actually,
check.
So
come to think of it,
35.
It should be 3 point something for both of his stats.
Patreon did change. I think it went to 13, which I don't think affects any of you guys because the 12.5 to 13, I don't think affects you guys because you had other.
I think it might for me.
It does just for sell.
Yep, there you go. 41.
Nobody else had increased, just sell.
Yeah, well,
Cool.
That's good.
Awesome. So, Jake,
Alright,
did you have a question? Or are you good?
no, so luck, I can roll luck.
You are
If we
going to
have any.
head. Yep, you are going to go ahead, roll luck first, and then you can add that
Let's
to
see
your
if we
economy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. It's weird it
Alright,
didn't pop
so
in chat
then
on screen, but that's fine.
tax collection. Change that.
Jake is building a massive embassy for his allies. That is nice.
I'm having flashbacks to a certain other Kingmaker game.
Should we just sell it?
That'd be a sellout move. You already made it bad.
15.
God damn it, that was a bad sell. 15 VP is pretty solid.
Yeah, it'll do.
It'll do, he says. You're gonna need that money. All right. Let's get into your event phase. Do you want to do the giants first?
I don't know how we're handling the giants as of yet because I think it might come down to an RP thing. So
Well, I mean,
unless you just want to kingdom roll it, if that's what you're saying.
I'm asking.
what it is?
No. I'm asking you. Were you bringing your characters there, or are you sending your army there?
I want to talk to the other two.
Okay.
But do you want to do that after my kingdom rolls are finished?
That's now.
Yeah, but I'm assuming I have to have another event roll and other things, unless you just want to go that way.
This is the previous event rolling into this one, so it's the one that has to happen first because chronologically it makes sense. Whereas other things would be triggered events, right? So you have to imagine you would have sent word almost immediately. So most likely a messenger would have been given, a message would have been given to in Nick's kingdom so this would be your daughter. In Nick's kingdom would be receiving a message of word to deliver from what's going on in Clan Densho, and from your son or great grandson, sorry, in Tessel's kingdom going to him. So you can imagine this being an RP moment with there being maybe your general there, Jake. Sorry, Nick, your general is there. Tessel's as the advisor is there. And Jake is, of course, as his advisor is there speaking with you. So, Jake, you can have your character kind of like walking into the room, I imagine, with Tessel's character as well. Because, notice would have been sense of what's happening there too. Blah, blah, blah. Have this little RP. Go ahead.
Warlord. Am I talking to the warlord or am I talking to the general?
You're speaking to Nick, so the warlord and his general.
Okay. Warlord Naren. My father sends word. They're having a problem with giants, and apparently the clan above them seeks vengeance for some perceived slight. So that there's a high chance of war. He requests your presence with some troops, or at least to discuss what you think would be the correct approach.
Naren will nod his head. He will look over at the advisor for Tessel and say, "What do you anticipate will be the actions of your lord in this scenario?"
Tessel would gladly pick up arms if Warlord Densho requires them. He would go himself. Our men are also suited for fighting in the hills of the clan to the north. It is our homes. But I'd be wary of giants and hills.
Always wise. I forget, what's Krusty's name?
Whose?
Krusty, the old lady?
I think her name's Tora.
Tora?
My dude's Shoka.
Tora. Is Densho requesting aid from Shado as well?
Yes. When another clan is involved, best you unite.
How many troops do you feel will be required?
That depends on the approach. If you have interest, killing a giant yourself brings much honor. However, fighting too high in the mountains with possibility of ambush from the other clan, that is more up to you. He has a fighting force. I think you've seen. General Herzog has 100 under his command now. You bring as many as you feel you will need.
And what do you believe Lord Tesla's troop response will be? I asked to.
Coco. From my understanding, I don't believe we in Clan Tesla Shadow have money to spare. There's a crop failure. We have just enough money to pay for the extra food from other clans to resupply our people so they don't starve. But we have just enough in their treasuries to fulfill all of our building obligations and make sure our people do not starve. So I don't believe we would be able to act without harming ourselves.
I see.
You're muted, Jake.
Interesting. You're saying that Clan Shadow won't come to Densho's aid when they call for it? If Paradel or Steel attacked you and some of our crops or our people just weren't feeling up to it, it would be an appropriate excuse?
I did not say he would not
send
respond.
aid?
I said it would harm him, but we're speaking of Lord Tessel. He would respond if it harms himself. We know this.
You know this. Your words were
Silence, Crone.
different.
Don't speak out of turn. Fuck, I keep forgetting your guy's name, Tessel.
Ashoka.
Ashoka. Okay.
If
I'm just gonna start calling you Ahsoka. Ashoka. And of this burden, what would Tessel need in order to field an appropriate response?
Hey Scott, to raise the army, it's what, half the ACR of the army?
Correct. Yep.
So what's the ACR of my army? Let's go check. So it'd be 2.5 rounded down. So I would need 2 to raise the army, and then the consumption cost of 3 if we use the bows. So 5 BP. It'd be.
Well, are they on horses or are they armored or anything like that?
Nope, they're just their pikes come with them already since I paid that up front, right?
So if you're bringing them to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it would take 6 days to get there. Because you're traveling on roads but not highways. So it would take 6 days to get there. 7 days to get up the hill up there. So it would take you just a week to get to where the battle is. Because wait, actually no, are they here?
They would be in the watchtower to the south, yeah.
Okay, my apologies. Then allow me to correct that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. You could have 2 days of battle, which is about 3 battle rounds, without having to worry about paying them again. But then you would have to pay for them to come home.
Yeah, theoretically, because that would be a week, then it would be my kingdom rules anyway.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep, you're correct.
So basically 5 BP, everything will be good. I'll have all my kingdom stuff, and then I could pay you back. But yeah,
as long as you have enough money to pay your consumption, which I think you do.
So the big question here,
I have 17 BP, which is exact amount to pay everything.
I'm just trying to find out
Naren
to move armies.
received the Naginata?
Naren, I imagine has received the Naginata probably. Well, we haven't had an
I
RP
imagine-
moment for that yet. So I imagine like if he goes, he might receive it like on the battlefield or something like that.
I imagine Jorman would be personally delivering the item.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, German probably would.
So,
Yeah,
I don't know, he might be
I
good.
would say it wouldn't happen yet. Yeah.
No.
If it hasn't happened yet, then this will be proposed as a loan.
Yeah. I can't decide exactly for my clan, but Warlord Tessa would accept it to make sure his people do not starve, and we can assist your troops, and we could pay it back the moment our treasuries are back filled.
6-month term, no interest. This is we can't have 2 hill giants mucking around in our backyard.
I appreciate your generosity, Lord Naran.
This isn't generosity, it's pragmatism.
Nonetheless,
You're dismissed.
he nods, and then
And then he'll turn to Karzog and be like, how many troops are we fielding?
Karzug would look back at you because I actually have your armies written down, don't I? She would look at you and say, "We have our own problems. I honestly think that it's being generous if we send Haboku to go there. I think that's being more than generous to send Haboku there. It's not exactly inexpensive to send a mounted army. They do double the BP cost."
And our other army? I think both my armies are mounted. So.
They are. I think sending Haboku is perhaps a little bit heavy-handed, but if you're trying to make an act of good faith, sending the 50 would look good. Given the scenario, if I can speak without having hiccups, sending the Sotoreku army would be more pragmatic. To show of force, show of good faith, but at the same time, it's not putting leaving ourselves out to the wolves.
Understood, but I'll lead them personally.
Will you?
Unless you intend to.
No, leaving Zara here with me would be a wise decision. She makes fine decisions in the heat of the moment, so having her stations to the north is a good idea while you take the smaller group to the south.
It's been decided. Make preparations for me to leave.
I'll see to it. And then, so yep, she kind of gets on that. And this similarly goes down into Clan Shade O as well. God damn it, hiccups, go away! It's been like 20 minutes. Similarly down in Clan Shado, word comes in informing you of the situation going on in Clan Densho.
Oh, you need Pete? Oh, okay. Once again, I don't know wherever you are, but with no announcement, the door bursts open and strides Pete with his...
I imagine this time the guard walks in after him with a sword drawn, but they don't draw blood because they know that this is a person that is meant to be here through diplomatic immunity, even if they're breaking protocol.
Yeah, Tessa's like probably reading a book this time, and then he just like startled for a moment. God, Pete, listen, okay, I understand that you're important, but let the guard open the door for you.
Oh, that's what he's there for.
Pete, you grew up in a court. This should. What news do you bring me, Pete?
The beacons are lit. Densho calls for aid.
Then we shall aid.
No, he says.
Gondor calls for aid.
Densho doesn't have any beacons.
They don't know how to set fires. They just eat their meat raw.
Yeah, they do.
Like, just approaches straight up to you, and he's like, "I've received word from my clan. they are having issues with giants and one of the clans above them. I'd say he knows what the clan name is. Rast. I don't know. It's something. He says it. The name. They've sworn vengeance against Clan Densho and
The pathetic clan to the north.
requests. Yes. Well, Densho Verix, he requests your aid.
Hold your thoughts for a moment. Tessel stands up, leans over to the guard. Go get my brother, War Chief Naito. I believe this is a matter for him. And then he goes back. Sorry, continue. I'm getting my War Chief.
Oh, continue. Right. Yeah, they're having issues. They need they request Shadow aid.
Then Shadow shall aid. What do you know of these giants? I assume it's Naito's walking in.
There are two of them. Our diplomat went to treat with Clan Rast, and they tried to have them attack the giants to kind of eliminate our problem and prove their worth. We had some men there, but nothing really. Not really a show of force at any rate. However, it went badly. Their warriors, they lost their best warriors and didn't take down the giants. So now they think that it was some type of ploy for us to rid them of their best warriors, and now they're seeking vengeance with their not best warriors. I guess like maybe their women, children, I don't know. Something like that.
Well, women do great. Are great warriors too, Pete.
Yes, but all the fighting women are dead. Just said that.
Armies aren't just great war. You know. Anyway, they would believe the Ashen Ort would stoop down to trickery to defeat his enemies. They must not know much of him.
They probably can't face the loss.
And they plan on attacking your clan after they lost all of their best warriors.
Yes, it doesn't really make sense, does it?
Well, I believe they're from the Barren Lands, so they're not supposed to be the brightest of folk. They're used to just tribes fighting each other. While our nations are much more built up, ready to weather any storms, or try to. As he looks at like pieces of paper, or like I guess papyrus, more like, of just like their crop failures and the budgeting of it all. Naito, our men must be raised. We're going to fight giants, it seems. Does he say anything? Scott?
He says, I'll raise the army. The question is, shall we be getting them prepared for war before we walk, or transporting them while they're still on a bit of reserve? The difference being activating the army mechanically means that you start paying that heightened BP cost from the moment of activation once per week, whereas you could apparently move a reserve army at the increased consumption cost of actually only 1 per 100 soldiers. So it's actually only an increase of 1 per 100 soldiers per week of movement, which is a little bit less. Beyond that, you're allowed to station your armies at an ally, not embassy, not treaty, but allied grounds. You can actually station them there if you wish to. So a location, say, such as this right here, sorry, my apologies, such as this right here, is large enough to house, I think it's 200 people inside of it. How many does Jake have in his army?
100.
Jake is 100?
Yep.
Oh, no, my apologies, that's a fort. So a fort can hold 100. This is a watchtower. A watchtower can hold 20, so Nick can bring his down here. And then, Tesla, you're probably just going to have to go full gambit.
Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, once I get news of the loan from my good friend to the north, and I should weather all my problems. Assuming I can get that loan before my kingdom rolls.
Yeah, you can assume that. That's fine. This
Okay,
is
yeah.
asynchronously, synchronously. You know, just like typical D&D combat.
Also, with roads, don't they move faster?
No, that's highways.
Understood.
And you guys have to have more roads to be able to get to a highway, I believe. I think you have to have 20 continuous or something like that. And you have to pay more
we
to
need to-
get it there.
We need to be next kingdom stage, I believe.
Yeah, either way. So, Nick, you can actually save a little bit of money by transporting your soldiers from here. Just so chat can actually see where I'm going. You can actually... Oh, it's over here. I need to make it a little bit easier. There we go. So you can actually bring your soldiers from here over the course of a week to here. And that'll actually only cost you 1 consumption. So that
Sounds
actually
good.
works out for you. Yeah, that actually works out quite well. Or technically, my apologies. I think they're here, aren't they? Your current army. But either way.
No, that's the 50.
Oh,
unit.
that is okay. So this is a small one. Cool.
Yeah.
So that will only cost you 1 to get there. Then you'll activate them while they're inside that fort. So
Well,
cool.
I activate mine now, so I pay the 2 BP to activate, and I get. Okay. Yep.
Cool. Awesome. So Nick will just pay the 1 to transport them first. Awesome. So you guys are going to do that, and they're going to activate armies and bring them in. So Jake, what you need to know is that Clan Shado brought an army. Clan Kuchibachi brought an army, and you of course brought your army. You know your actual army is here, isn't it? So you bring your army up to here to handle the problem. Kushibashi would kind of like join in with you guys. So that being said, we're going to handle this with mass combat. I wasn't sure exactly how we're going to do it before, but it looks like we're handling it with mass combat. So we're going to bring it back down into the hills category. Give me 1 second to set this up for you guys to be able to see it all nice and clean. I need to come over here myself. You are going, you are going, oh no, I forgot to turn my fan on earlier. Oh, I do that sometimes. My camera's just gonna be dead for a couple moments. Every once in a while, I forget.
Can we have an F in chat, please?
I got my shitty camera. It's okay. It's just going to like constantly try to focus because fuck the program that controls it. Anyways, so get this out of here. GM layer, and I'm gonna go over here. Get this up for you. Sorry guys, I still hadn't known if they were doing personal or actual combat until you saw the RP happening. So give me a moment to get those guys up for them. 1 here and 1.
I assume you had the Hill Giant army stats ready.
Oh yeah. Actually, I do have that ready.
I actually have
assuming
a question. Are we doing class specific special abilities for mass combat?
There are some class specific special abilities, but only if your entire army has it can you utilize it, barring a few situations. What do you ask?
So Cavalier has a challenge ability. So
No, because not your whole army has it. Comprende?
Sounds weak.
Yeah, I agree. And Shado.
Okay, ACR's 5.
Oh wait, here's your stats. Here we go. Hey, this is so much better. Jake, this army up here, was this 100 or 200? The one that you already had on this battle map before.
I only have an army of 100.
You've only ever had an army 100? Okay,
Yeah.
I
Nick,
think so.
you're bringing your weaker army, so if you want to fix the stats of this army right here to be that of your weaker army. And Tessel, I'm gonna wait, which one is you, Nick? Which one's Tesla, I mean? Oh, there you are.
Yeah. I'm making sure my stats are right because I have a bunch of stuff and I still need to pick stuff eventually.
So this doesn't need to be here. This is going bye-byes. Okay, and GM layer. Awesome. So making sure that you guys are correct, we have Nick, your army, you actually have a spell card for. So again, I'm going to show this to chat because I'm not done making these for everybody, but this is not the army he's using. This is his other army. But the idea is like there would be some basic stuff right here for him to make his life easy moving forward. But he didn't bring that army. He brought the wimpier one. So the wimpier army, make sure the stats are correct for it, Nick. Jake and Tessel, same thing. Make sure stats are correct
Yeah.
for it. I've got my stats for me. They're right
Okay.
here.
I'm checking. So morale. Are we starting at the 5 that we had last time?
You are starting at the, what do you mean? Oh, no. You're starting at what, 7 or wherever you left off.
I don't know where I left off on. Which one was the morale? Was it on the other one?
If you started at 5 and you won the one battle, you're now at a 6.
Okay, so where are we keeping track of the morale?
That was actually this little Aurorum token down here.
Okay, yeah.
So I think, and you guys kind of know what color you are based off the colors that were there, right? So,
yeah.
Nick
This
is
is my
going to be
red.
green, and his I think is a 7. Yours is a 6, and I think Jake's is a 6 as well.
How do we calculate morale? Just so I've got it right, because my Naito has a bunch of modifiers.
So it's gonna be 7 plus all of your modifiers.
7 plus all my modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
So 7 plus your leadership bonus plus all the class features and whatnot that he offers to it. So
Wait, 7 plus the leadership bonus.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So your morale
Oh.
modifier is going to be your morale score plus your leadership bonus plus other shit. So as an example, Leon Yeager has like a plus 22 morale bonus.
Okay, so it should be high. Understood.
Yeah, well, he's also very high. So
Yeah. Okay.
Naito's
so,
like his mini me. Naito's his unoriginal copy.
True. I think I have a 13.
So that being said, you guys are able to kind of come up to where the army is, where you actually have the 2 giants that are there that you're going to want to be approaching. Now, there's a couple of fun details that come to when you're fighting hill giants as armies. These are individual hill giants, but they do still count as armies, okay? I did want to make sure that certain things were visible to you guys. So making sure that this is... players can see. Players can see. I think it's, what do we do? 5 feet and 10 feet, right?
Yeah, 5 feet and 10 feet.
Cool.
To be engaged or ranged.
Correct.
I forget where was the DV calculation of that, because I changed a lot of modifiers for my character. Or I looked through them again.
What are you asking about?
The DV. How do I calculate it? Where do we get the number?
You
from?
mother effer! I thought you updated your character sheet. The number is your ACR plus your leadership bonus. That's your raw number. Then do you have any equipment or traits or boons or tactics or anything like that? That's a different conversation.
ACR
Same thing with your attack mode. ACR plus leadership bonus.
Got you. Makes sense.
Yep. And I think your brother's leadership bonus is what, 3? Or 4?
Yep. And then it's 3, and then plus 2 because defensive tactics.
Sure. Cool. So that sounds like, and what's their ACR?
Herzog doesn't have a leadership bonus. I don't have it in here if he does.
That means you didn't calculate it while we were going through the process last week. That's all. Remember we were calculating those out last week?
Which it's
let's get that done. Let's get that done nice and quick for you. So you're going to start off with what level is Herzog?
2.
So he definitely doesn't have any ranks inside whatchamacallit. Does he have a high?
Nope.
He's going to use his strength score instead of his charisma score. We already know that.
Yeah.
So his leadership is going to be 1 from that, and his leadership is going to be 1 from being a special character, right? Because he's on your council.
All right.
So that being said, he's going to also have a let's see. Where are you, you fuck? Leadership bonus. Here we go. So it's a +1 for every 5 ranks in soldier, which he doesn't have, or 6 levels, which he doesn't have. He also gets a +1 for having a +3 or greater charisma or wisdom, or in his case, strength, which he only has that 1. If he has a leadership feat, or if he has skill-focused profession soldier, which he has none of those. And I don't think he has any other features that give him bonuses. So he has a +2 leadership bonus.
Okay.
So
that's to OM and DV, or just OM?
Both.
Okay, nice.
And morale.
And morale. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty much
and
across
the base
the board
morale
listing.
score, if I get this right, was a 6.
For you, correct.
Yep. So with his +2, it'd be an 8.
Correct.
Right.
Unless you have other features that he offers to
I do not.
them. Okay, cool. So then he has the 8
Okay,
at least for
right.
now. Cool. Awesome. But he does offer the group cannibalism and stuff like that. Like they get to have that extra tactic or whatever it is. They get to have. Cool. All right. So one last time going into this as a reminder.
DV is ACR plus 10 plus bonuses, or is that just the older rules? Just to be sure.
Yes, 10 plus. Yeah, because it's your AC, so it's
Okay,
Correct.
got you. That makes more sense now.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm at 20 then instead of 10.
Mhm.
All right, that's all. I'm good.
okay. So back to game. So you guys are move that over there, so out of my way. Yeah, that's good. So you guys are when you're rolling your initiative, just so you're aware, your initiative is kind of like what you have to decide beforehand is what it is that you're going to be doing for your tactic and what it is you're doing for your strategy. Strategy is your aggressive level, so on and so forth. I'm actually going to be making macros for this over the course of this next week for your strategy to be set into it for how it affects your rolls and blah 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 blah. But for now, your strategy, as a reminder, is going to be on page if you have a complete battle open. It's on PDF page 9, book page 4. And so what this is do you want to do hold firm, cautious advance, standard, aggressive attack, or all out assault? Those are the modifiers on your rolls. I imagine you guys are going to be a combination of like, say, either cautious or standard, right? I don't think anybody's here going all out.
Yeah, I'm just doing standard.
Cool. Awesome. So Jake,
Yeah, I'm not going to go all out, when I'm not even engaged with them. So.
okay, cool. So either way, so you're walking into standard.
I can move it 1 or 2.
You can move
Only
it
1. I can move up or down. I can't move it 2, but it's a roll, right?
correct.
Yeah, I'll start at standard. Yeah, I'll start
Standards
at
flats
standard.
across. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have everybody go ahead and roll their initiative modifiers for me. So we're gonna go ahead and yes.
Which is professional soldier plus any tactical initiative modifiers.
So it's your profession soldier, and I think your leadership. No, your leadership bonus does not get added to that. So it's just your profession soldier.
And then I have a +4 because Naito.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a boon. A tactical initiative +1.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna go ahead and
So
roll with
mine's
yours.
just flat.
Oh, why would yours be flat?
You said he has no ranks in profession soldier, and the other thing. What's the other thing?
Yeah, it's just a profession soldier check. Yep. So that's it.
Yeah, so it's just flat. Yep.
Okay, cool. So you had to roll your flat
Damn.
d20. I got mine right here for you. Ready? Mine's massive.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna learn what their
Nice.
tactics are. It's a pretty good roll, Scott.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So, and I didn't see Nick's roll.
Yep, it's Professional Warlord, right?
Correct.
Are you leading your troops personally?
He is, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Beautiful. Awesome. So the important thing to note here is we have to have almost like an initiative order. It's kind of annoying. I can make it so that this is if you can make a list for me, Cell, profession, soldier checks, going to initiative modifier. If you can put that onto a list for me, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Where? Oh, on this. Got you.
Yeah, anywhere you'd like. So if you guys can set up your correct initiatives over here, that'd be great for me. I'd appreciate it. And I'm going to have this guy as a 20 and this guy is a 7. Anybody who's beneath you in initiative, you actually get to have a +1 against them. Remind you, all of your characters just came out of reserve, so all of them have a -1 to their penalty, to their stats. -1 DV, -1 OM. You know what I mean? -1 morale. Just until this first battle is over. So if you won initiative, that kind of counters that -1 and puts you back to exactly where you were 2 seconds ago. Cool. So that's going to be you right now, Cell. You are just rolling normal against the first person you attack. I imagine you're moving up to ranged phase, correct?
Let me just double check one thing and then I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I will because I only get a +1 DV.
Xylemos, he did get a Winifred's Wisdom. I saw that, but it can't be used here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to this dude and range him,
Okay, yep, ranged attacks. Gotcha.
which is my OM.
Correct. No. OM is yeah, OM unless you have a ranged bonus. Yeah.
Which I don't. My OM is just my range value.
Cool.
My melee and range are the same.
Cool. Then you go right ahead.
So
I could probably switch my camera back on now.
roll high. That's high.
Oh, what'd you get? I can't see at the moment because I'm switching my
A
cameras.
23.
Ooh, a 23 is damn good. Give me one moment. A 23 against me is wow. Even against ranged attacks. Okay, cool. You did that's 7 points of damage. You did 7 health point damage to me. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Nice.
Yeah.
7. Okay.
Cool.
Like-
And after you is actually going to be that person's turn. They're going to return by hurling massive rocks at your army. Just
That's
these
scary.
huge rocks. Yeah, these huge rocks. So I imagine as your army is kind of like lining up and quickly lining up to get their bows out and line up their bows to take fire, maybe throw in a couple of spears, whatever it is. That giant that's there just grabs one massive boulder and just hurls it down the hill. It's like and kind of like rolls down along your troops that you happen to have there. So the way that they work with rock throwing is if I hit you, it does extra. So I first have to beat
God.
I first have to beat your number. So
God, I hopefully they don't have it too high of a OM.
I'm hoping that I roll really, 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 really well.
Oh, we have the same mod. So I take 3 points of damage.
No, you don't. You take.
Oh wait, you were supposed to tell me what stance the enemy army's in because I got a 10
Oh,
above them.
my apologies. They were going with. Oh, that's true. I was supposed to say what stance they were in because you could have changed your tactic if need be. But they were going with aggressive, of course.
Okay, so then they took an extra +1.
Let me look at the rules over here. They would have taken an extra +1. You are correct.
And I take an extra damage, so I take 4 plus whatever.
You're going to take, give me 2 seconds to calculate that now out of the +1 onto me because that matters. So more or less you injured the giant. It's not like you killed a whole bunch of soldiers or anything like that. You injured the giant.
Yeah.
So you take, 4 plus 4 damage when I make contact. So you take 8 points of damage.
That's not fun, guys.
No, it's not fun.
That's like a lot of soldiers that just died.
Yeah. We'll worry about that afterwards because, the way it goes is how the outcome of the battle is. So more or less the giant, as you're like letting loose a whole bunch of arrows, and the giant's like, oh, no! And like picks up a rock, lifts over its head and just like throws it. And it's one of those, you guys try to jump out of the way and it like smashes down on the side of it's almost one of those things like you play with this big dumb oaf and you realize, holy shit, he is good at pool. As it like smashes down on the side of like a large rocky hill and breaks up into a whole bunch of different pieces that go rolling down the hill at your people, and they're just getting smashed and hit and knocked unconscious and battered and injured and whatnot as that happens. Like, whoa! There's only death, not a lot wounded. That's true. Well, if they hit directly, yeah. All right. So, anyways, now it is your army there, Nikki.
All right, I just need to clarify because so OM and DV is leadership plus.
So OM and DV is leadership versus ACR.
Okay, so
DV is 10 plus leadership bonus plus
DV.
ACR, and OM is just ACR.
Okay, so that would be
Right, Scott? OM is just ACR.
OM is leadership plus ACR.
Then they take
DV
an
is
extra.
leadership plus ACR.
Then that guy takes an extra 3 points of damage because I didn't have that in. So
I think you need to
so
roll.
OM is leadership plus
No.
ACR plus 10.
So I have an 8 OM. Good to know.
And
Yeah,
DV is going
what's
to
your
be-
leader? Oh, Nick, it's your leadership. What is that, like a 6?
Yeah, my leadership's the leadership score or my leadership.
leadership bonus.
Okay, so 6.
Is that what it is?
Well, there's like 5 different leadership bonuses. So
I know. So to be clear, there's because it's annoying. There's your leadership score. That's from the feat. There's your leadership bonus.
Right.
That's for mass combat. Then there's that other leadership thing we talked about earlier this session to ignore.
yes.
Okay.
So is it the one that's my level plus my charisma, or is it
Nope,
just
nope. This one is the one where you have 2 for being for being a PC, 1 for having a high charisma score, 1 for having the leadership feat, and 1 for having 5 ranks in professional soldier.
So I have a 6. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And so what was the 6th one from?
I've got 5 in professional warlord, 2 from being a special PC, 1 from charisma, and I forget what the other one was. But
The leadership feat.
Leadership feat, yes.
So that's a +5.
I think we're missing 1 more.
Do you have a high wisdom score?
Yeah. All right. No. What was it from? I know.
Oh, your BAB. Is your BAB a +6?
BAB. Yes.
There
yes,
you go.
it is.
Oh, and does
Yeah.
does Urzog have a BAB of +6 or no? I
No.
imagine no, right, Jake? Okay, cool.
No.
cool, cool.
It'd be
So
level
it's +6.
6.
So yeah, 6 plus your AC is probably a 4, right? So it's a +10, like you
4.
said. Cool,
Yes,
+10.
+10.
You are good, sir. And then if your
Alright.
class might offer additional bonuses too, but that's different.
Yeah. Let me just edit this real quick because
Once
I'm
more
terrible at
with
things.
feeling.
So that is not a 7, that's a 10. And the OM was what again?
Same,
Same 10? 10 and 10?
10 and 10. Now, of course, you have additional bonus. If you are going against an unmounted foe and you're mounted, you get bonuses or whatever it is. But it's only if
Yep.
the foe you're going against isn't either also mounted or have reach. And this army has reach, so you don't get the.
Gotcha.
And your DV is +10, like AC.
So it's 10 plus those modifiers, so it's a 20. Okay, Nick, cool.
Gotcha.
So you're attacking at me with, I believe, it's a +10.
20, yes. So 1d20 plus 10.
Oh, my army, please. I need it more than Jake does.
That's what I'm going to do.
Thank you.
So you move up for just the ranged phase for now.
Yeah, because all range phases happen and then melee phases happen, right?
And to be clear, since everybody beat this guy, he is using aggressive attack as well. To be clear.
Is it if you beat them or if you beat them by 10? I
You
don't
beat them by
remember.
5.
5, okay.
I get a roll. Oh,
Oh, Nick, technically yours is 1 less than that because you just pulled your army off reserve, and you didn't get the 1 for being above it. So that's fine. That's just a 27. But a 27 definitely hits and actually does considerable amount of damage. Like ouchie's damage, because that's a ranged attack from you, correct?
correct.
Okay, so that means
It's +1 because of its stance.
correct. Give me 1 second. Oof. All right, I am still standing.
It's good to
Oh,
hear him
yeah,
saying I'm.
And you injured me more than you said. Okay, cool. I just factored it in right now, so the additional 3. All right, so
Thank
Nick, so as you know, they're kind of like running up and pelting them with shots. You're trying to bring I can imagine you're bringing your mounts, around the backside, trying to make sure that you're trying to run the flank of it. You want Tesla's army is the one that's kind of taking the attention. There's so many more of them than there are of you. I don't know how many more, but so many more of them than there are of you. You bring yours around the backside. The Chocobo themselves, the Axebeak themselves. I really got to memorize the new name that came up with them. I don't even remember what it is. I don't even know if any of us remember what the name is. Because we asked Green for it again, and he wasn't there for that session, so we all forgot.
Hey,
but I need to start
Green.
saying it.
Green, whenever you watch this at me and
He's right there.
Oh, he's there.
Kamitori.
Kamitori.
I think it's Kamitori. So the Kamitori, of course, deftly running up the mountainous, the rocky ridges that are over in this hillocky area. Definitely running up it with your archers, prepared to kind of like as they pop out behind a rocky crag, let just Lewis single shot, and then keep going and take cover. Let Lewis single shot. You're not doing huge volleys like the Shadow Army is. Instead, you're doing little shots that are well placed as you're moving from cover to cover, trying to be discreet in your attacks. And you do land some pretty heavy blows. It must have been the flanking tactics that allow you to be so critically successful. You also see that large rock go up. A couple of your men try to take shots to maybe shoot in the wrist or the back of the knee, whatever it is, to make them drop that boulder on its head rather than throw it at Shadow. But unfortunately, they were not successful. The boulder was hurled and Shadow suffered for it. Nonetheless,
Since it's an RN, don't I have cavalry expert then? Or do
you have cavalry expert. What's your cavalry expert do?
it would give me a +3 to my OM.
Oh, then yes, because it's you.
Unranged?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, God.
I think it's all attacks while you're having your
Correct.
mount, I believe.
that is
Let
correct.
me just confirm this because I'm almost positive he is correct.
That's so good.
It is, yeah. It's one of the reasons why, but cavalry is so expensive. They double your consumption and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're
but
very
like
expensive.
if you deal like 6 times as much damage as a normal army, I think it's worth it, you know?
We're going to go over consumption after the session's over because I think I saw another rule that I missed before. I think unfortunately, the books don't cross-reference each other well enough. So you sometimes overlook things. It's just so friggin' annoying. I think I get the commander thing. Cavalry expert. As per the other rule, but being moved into the command boot rather than tactic, as it better represents da-da-da-da-da. And when you look into mass combat and you look at cavalry expert, cavalry...
Increases your OM, your army increases OM by 2 against armies that aren't mounted.
Like 2. Okay, so on for 2. There you go. So Nick, you did 2 more points of damage, you're saying. Yeesh.
And
All right, cool.
ours-
After that is going to be Jake. So the Chargers, I imagine, are going to literally go running into melee, correct?
Well, they have ranged weapons.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You had mentioned that before, and we already factored the consumption. Go ahead.
So with the I can move into ranged obviously now, take my ranged attack, and then once the melee like round comes, which is immediately after, it's just melee, right?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Well, why would I not? Yeah, do that. So,
If you don't have range, you get screwed this round. That's more or less what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
So,
Kamatori,
so-
Kamatori. Ride that Kamatori ride. Woo-wee!
Nice.
That's a bootiful one. Bootiful.
And this one's all out, you said, or aggressive?
They're both aggressive.
Okay.
Okay, Jake, go ahead.
yeah, no. That's
Okay, my
still
apologies. So
okay.
the charges kind of come rushing in. You can imagine some of your charges are literally starting to go running into melee as the others that are kind of hanging back with these orc-strung bows. I imagine they're the most primitive ones, almost like bone-made bows. With these, like,
They'd
large,
probably
heavy
be
strings.
those orc horn bows, which they've gotten themselves from hunting in the Barrenlands and stuff like that.
Yeah, made out of
Which are
femurs.
actually, yeah, they do some good damage.
Bendable bones.
So that is hold on one second. Okay, thank you.
I'll take the extra one for being all out or something.
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a wash.
Oh, that's right. It is a wash because you take the -1. Yep, you are correct. Thank you.
I took a -1 already
Oh,
before I rolled.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, so you kind of go rushing and doing that, and similarly to the other ones beforehand, this one picks up a boulder and goes to hurl it down at you. So actually, it does get the +1. Don't forget because he acted before this one.
oh, true.
Yeah, so it's actually -1 more point of damage. So +1 more point of damage, -1 more health point. He picks up the rock and goes to rolling it down the hill at you. So I get to roll this modifier against you. I don't know what your DV is, but I'm hoping to crush it.
You don't need it.
Wait, I get a +1. That didn't factor my +1. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay, damn it. All right, after that is going to be going to the melee attack. So, Cell, I imagine your group, are they going to move into melee or are they going to stay in the ranged area?
They're gonna move into melee to make sure our allies of Naren's army won't get into melee. Because if he gets into melee, he might be actually in trouble.
Naren personally will be in trouble, correct?
Yeah.
Naito, says, surround them, move in, take them down, grab ropes, and starts moving the army forward. Go ahead.
Okay,
You
and
want to
I-
go first? You have your -1/+1 neutralizes.
Yeah, R/1d20 plus 8. Still beats it, I assume.
Ooh, yeah. They're actually weaker against melee than they are against ranged. How much damage is that?
Oh,
Sorry. You're going against a 15, so that's 6
Oh.
up on the nose, +1, 7.
I thought it was 16, but I guess I did my math wrong.
You, sir. No. It's different range versus melee.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
You, sir. Describe how it is that Naito moves the men.
So as you were saying, men grab the rope as this giant's about to swing a club. I imagine like we're like because of our ironwork, we get like grappling hook ropes and like 15 men throw grappling hooks all at like his arms and legs and body, and they just all pull to tumble him. And then once he's tumbled, just people are just stabbing him in the neck with the spears and stuff, right? So a lot of like the pikes are hitting him while people are pulling him down, making him unable to like attack, but he still gets an attack, obviously.
Beautiful. That removes him from initiative. That's going to be Nick's turn.
He still gets an attack, right? Melee phases resolve at the same time. The giant.
Oh, yes, you're right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. I want to hurt
No problem.
you.
I'm not gonna listen. I don't cheat in the game, okay?
I want to hurt you so bad.
You don't hit me.
Mm.
Grappling hooks are useful.
Nick, it's your turn. I imagine you move into range for the other one then.
That's about it for me.
No. You move and attack.
Oh, I can do another. All right.
Yeah. The map here is just for visual aid, but you can imagine that each round is actually technically 1d6 plus 1 hours or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be crazy.
Ooh, that hits.
17, that's actually against a 15. That is with a +2. So there's
it's
2
a
points
6.
damage, +1 because of their modifier is 3 points of damage, and then you have +2. No, all your other stuff's factored in, right?
It should be a 16. It's ranged.
Oh, it's ranged. That's right. Yeah, so that's only yep. You only do 2 points damage. Cool.
Sure.
Take your shot because that rock catching gives them extra AC and other things against ranged. If you're actually using rocks against them, they even get better bonuses. They can actually catch them. Either way, so you take your shots against them. Again, little nicks and whatnot here and there, but just like you, just a little nick. So anyways, after that is going to go to the Charger's turn. Chargers move up to melee. Like, let's eat, boys. They kind of going in.
Yeah, alright, well, they're going to make their attack. Just the same modifier, standard, yeah.
The Urzog's like, I'm hankering for some thick thighs.
That's a big number.
Jesus.
27.
That's 12 plus 1 because the thing he's standing in is 13. And you're above him, so did you factor in a -1 again this time, Jake, or no?
I did, yes.
Okay, so that's actually 14 points of damage. Jesus. Technically speaking, still alive. Shadow, I don't think you were even bloodied yet, were you? God damn it.
Yeah, I was above half.
That means you don't even have casualties worth noting, I don't think. All right, let's God damn it, I get to attack you, Jake. As a giant is entering its death throes. It's got to reroll 90-20, baby.
Oh. What do we do for nat 20s again? It was what was the bonus? I know what we did for initiative. We did like +1 or something to +2 to damage or something. But what do we do with nat 20s on attacks? Because we obviously can't double the damage because that would be that would just destroy any army.
What did we do last time? Last time I knew it was a penalty to attack rolls. I think it was just extra damage, wasn't it?
I would say like maybe I don't want to. It shouldn't be broken.
Was it a +1?
Like,
I think it was more than a +1.
+1 or something when we rolled a nat 20 on initiative.
Yeah, it was like +1 or some shit like that.
Plus like 5 damage, maybe if that's not like too strong. I don't want to make it like where your army gets fucked up.
Nah, maybe it was +4 or whatever it was. I'm just gonna say 1d4 for now. I don't remember what it was. If the Giants have it built,
There's Alamos.
5 is too strong. Yeah, I'm gonna do a /1d4.
Oh.
I rolled a 1. There you go. So that's a 26 plus 1 is a 27. Take away. What do you have? What's your DV?
18.
18. So that's 9 points of damage. That's almost nothing against you. Cool. And now it is that was the Giant's turn attacking you. Now it's your turn, Clan Shadow.
We reroll
Can
initiative.
Reroll initiative. That's right.
we roll morale first, though, right?
That's
Yes.
right. We just finished the first ever phase. You guys are correct. Oh god, I'm so glad I have all you here. So
I
first
have
is
a
the
question.
morale
After we've
I get a
entered,
minus because
done
I
that.
have I get a minus to my morale because I have a one of my allies in the battlefield have died.
Did we get a bonus because we defeated an army?
You get a +1. Don't forget the +1 from Nick.
Oh, so +5. You get a +1 from me as well, everyone.
Oh yeah, do you? You have loyalty as well?
Yep, Naito has a loyalty.
So you guys get a +1. Jake, you get a +3 total. Nick, you get a +2 total. Sel, you get a +2 total. Cool. On top of whatever your normal bonuses are. I'm about to roll mine, which is
I got
Fine.
a +4 from loyalty because my score.
Yeah, +4.
Okay.
So it's like 7 plus 4 plus 6. Yeah, it's 7 plus 6 to 13.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
I
I
roll.
think so.
I rolled that wrong. I succeeded, but actually, I have too much. I forgot my -1. Okay, doesn't matter. Succeeded either way.
You need B to 10, right?
Correct for this first one. Correct. Everybody beat, I believe. Tessel, Barracks. Nope, we haven't seen Densho.
Yeah,
As-
Eric's got
Kushibashi
11.
roll.
As
Kushibashi.
long as Nick doesn't roll a 1, he's fine.
Okay, cool. We succeed.
All right.
And
Before initiative,
yeah,
all right, can we enter like you know how you can like enter to fight commanders and things like that
after the battle is won.
after the battle is won? All right, because I want to try and if one of them survives, because I thought it was when you made it to the home zone or something you could fight.
That means you've beat the battle.
whatever.
That means you've beat the army and you've chased them down. You've succeeded against an opposed morale check to chase them down.
All right. Well, if that happens, I want to try and recruit them if there's any chance left.
We only have 2.
So this one right here, is it also has to do its morale check to try to see if it can survive to run away, because it's going to try to get away while being pinned down and whatnot. It's trying to get away, and this is when you get to make the choice to try to kill it or not, Tesla, on your turn.
We're killing the giant.
Well, I imagine that's going to be the case, but nonetheless, I have to roll with my check right here. I succeed. It's trying to get away, so now it goes to everybody roll your initiative. I roll the whopping +3. So this is the guy that had won before. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. I rolled a natty 1 for the guy that's on the ground. Oh, my God. And this is the other one. Oh, no.
All right, re-enter our initiative, boys.
Yep. Make sure you plug it into your character sheets, and I'll reorganize it in a second. Oh, no. Tell me when everybody's good.
I'm good.
Good.
Okay. Going in descending order. Tesla, I imagine you're going in for the kill.
Yeah, we're finishing the giant off.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yep, no problem.
Oh, actually, no, it's opposed morale check, I believe. No,
It-
no, it's an attack roll. God damn it. It's attack roll.
Yeah, of course.
I'm confusing the two different rules because I keep having to read both rule systems.
23. It's dead.
Yeah. You're able to slaughter the giant. How is it you go for the kill?
As it's pinned down, Naito commands the pikes to go down, and all like the men that are surrounding him all just charge in with the pikes. Just one uniform attack to surround it, so it can't really do much.
Awesome. Kind of death by 1,000 cuts. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 50 men, right? So one of them's gonna kill him.
Beautiful. Well, it's a joint effort, right? All right. So that after that one's going to be this guy's turn, and it is not doing very well at all. It is not happy with the situation it's in. First thing it's going to do is its ranged attack, of course, because that's what it's doing is ranged attacks.
It can't. You're in melee.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep. No.
It's
No,
engaged.
I can. I can't
have to
make
make
attacks
him-
either.
You have to make a morale check, I think, to exit melee.
Yep. Which is too bad because Nick can't also shoot in easily without chancing killing some of what is a friendly fire.
Yes.
So that's a choice he's gonna have to make. Fuck. So I have to skip the ranged round. So also
It's
Tesla
an easy one.
shouldn't have gone yet, but we already know what he
same-
did with his turn.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah. So either way, sir, it's ranged round. What are you doing?
Would I have noticed that he just got smacked?
Yeah. You notice everything.
charging. You know you want to.
The giant's also fucked up.
You'll probably kill it.
Don't kill myself. Just
What's that, Jake? You want me to go for it?
I hear.
for it?
Oh, you want to fuck up the giant?
That's I think
Wait. You have sharpshooter, right? On your army?
no.
No. Okay. Never mind.
Oh God. All right, Jake. I'll just let it go.
What's the chance of friendly fire?
you can just hang back if you want.
I'll move in.
Now, what
I'll
is the
move in
chance
when
of-
it comes to melee. I have
Okay.
no.
So you spend your range turn kind of like moving up to melee. Okay.
Yeah.
That brings us to nobody else is doing range. That brings us to melee, which means that this guy is technically well, you went first, Tessel. Then this guy's technically first. He's going to make his attack roll. He's going to make his attack roll over at Clan Densho. So
With
like
+1?
What do you mean?
Because he's head in initiative, right? That's what you're saying.
Oh, yep. So that definitely does apply in this one. So just making sure I have my numbers correct. Because it's actually a plus. I keep forgetting to add the +1 for aggressive. It's not supposed to be a 5. It's supposed to be a 6. But it didn't really matter before because I always did my math when it mattered. It's 21 that hits. And in melee, I think that this does a whopping 4 points of damage. Yeah, I think it's just a whopping 4, nothing crazy. Okay, cool. After that is going to be your turn, Nick. Your characters are able to ride into melee. So.
Oh. That's 2.
That's a terrible roll.
It's 3 damage.
Okay. Jake, it's your turn.
Right, so when can I try and recruit it before it dies?
You have to defeat it first, which means you need to drop it.
So just attack it then.
Mhm.
Okay. Hopefully I damage it.
Herzog goes to recruit a giant.
There we go.
Okay. So,
Varix is there, so
Oh.
he's just not commanding.
needless to say, it is dropped. So this is when you do the opposed morale check. So it makes its morale check to try to flee, and because this is the end of the melee phase, so everybody makes their morale check to be routed or whatever. Which I imagine your characters you just have to beat the roll. So you get a +2 because you've defeated 2 enemies on the battlefield. Okay. On top of whatever we said last time. So roll with a plus. Okay. Now the creature is trying to get away, Jake. It's trying to scramble itself away because it's at a point where it can't. The Densho clan has kind of come up and just like hurling axes at it, throwing boulders at it on its own, occasionally going up and like landing an actual axe or hammer hit into the thing before being like booted backwards. Stuff like that. They're doing the best they can to try to go up and harm this thing, climbing up on rocks nearby and just jumping onto the thing's back and hitting it with like hammers and axes. Everything it could possibly do to try to harm this thing, and eventually it just gets to the point where it's like slams its back against the wall, and then just kind of looks around, no, and then it turns and tries to climb up to the wall that's behind it to get away, like no, running itself off the battlefield, trying to get away. But at this point in time is when you're saying that Densho Varix is kind of like, as it turns and tries to climb that mountain face to go retreat, you want to kind of like be on the opposite side of it, being like, as it's climbing that mountain, standing there 1v1 to kind of like look at it. I'm fine with that. You technically just have to beat it in a morale check, opposed morale check to do this. My morale check is absolute trash.
My morale?
No, that was to not be routed, like not have your people kind of thrown off by the combat. Yeah. So this is an opposed morale check, me versus you, not me and you versus a DC. So my number is this. You just have to beat this.
I thought it was a 1.
I
Is
did
that
too.
with the same
Did you hear me pause?
modifier?
With your modifier for your army.
Yeah. Okay.
So they get the +10 because you get the +2 still for defeating
Yeah.
the 2 armies.
Yes.
Right. So you can imagine as like, no, and climbing up that mountain's edge or sorry that hillside or whatever it is, trying to get to the other side. Varix, who's been watching the battlefield from behind. I mean, he's fought many different things in his day. He's fought many different beasts, a many different person, fought many different battle. So kind of seeing the way things are going, he understands, and he starts making like a slow walk of the long way around the battlefield to get to where it is he needs to be. And you can imagine he walks up the hill. And as he kind of like crests up the top of the hill and he's walking towards it, you see the giant hand pulling itself up. Another arrow kind of grabs the arrow out and like looks down, like hurls it down at the person down below, but it does nothing because it's an arrow and those aren't easily thrown. And he kind of climbs up overhead and he turns around, no, and like kicks a rock and it goes cascading down the hill. And he turns around and there's Densho Varric standing there, standing opposite it. Look like weapon drawing. How does he look?
He looks bloody because he has been fighting. But like watching the battlefield play out over his experience, he realized what was going on. Predicted the giant would try and flee. So he made his way around and he just stands in front of it. And in front of its eyes, he will like enlarge person and become large size. And then he has his falchion drawn in one hand. And he takes a knee as the giant's kind of like crawling, trying to pull itself up. And he's like, he says in giant.
It's important to note that hill giants are large size, not huge size. So it means when he casts that spell to enlarge person, he is the same size as this giant.
The giant does see him get bigger too. He doesn't just see Varix as large.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep, I understand. And so a typical giant is about 10 feet tall. How tall is Varix normally?
5, 10 or something.
And I think you double in size. So that means you become
Yeah.
just over 11 feet tall. So you're actually technically taller than it. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. And he says in giant, he says, flee and die. And then he says, serve Densho. And he points at himself, serve me and live.
Do you speak giant?
Yes.
Oh, because of Mortifer.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and roll an intimidation check?
That's great, actually.
Not good. Surprisingly, I'm not really skilled extremely well with my skill points. Intimidate.
Now this is a skill check, which means you did have a Winifred's wisdom.
Hold up.
You did have a Winifred's wisdom, which I had said before. Oh, I don't think I told you it was you because we were in a battle, but you do have
It was me.
yeah, it's you. You do have a luck die though, if you wanted to use that.
Yeah.
Okay.
26.
With a 26, calling out to the thing. This is just trying to get something that's correct. So let's see, it is hostile. So it's base DC 25 plus charisma score of -2 is 23. But there are other factors involved. You're the same size as it, damn it. I would say that it's good that you luck died, but you yeah. You are able to convince it to go from hostile to unfriendly at the very least. And so it's not so that you can just make another check and it works again, right? So it says, why? In giant, mind you. Why, Densho? Densho fat cows eat.
He says, Densho does eat fat cows. Densho fight well. You fight well. You fight with Densho. And you fight for many years more.
Eat much. Eat much. Maybe eat you.
He's leaning closer and he says, maybe I eat you.
Kind of like narrows eyes and says, You want me fight?
I want you serve.
Got to RP on Jake's level so he knows what it is that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Serve. What is this serve?
Did you just mute yourself to me?
What? No. What?
What?
He's just looking at the stream, I think.
All right. What? So you throw me back. What?
Serve. What is serve?
I'm assuming he knows what like a chief is, so he says, "Me, chief, you serve me," and Densha.
Make one more check to try to convince him. This time it's not intimidation, it's diplomacy.
Oh, fuck off with your diplomacy.
So you can do intimidation instead.
I mean, I'll try diplomacy. It's not going to be great. Is it the same DC though?
No, he's unfriendly now, so that actually changes the DC.
Yeah, but I mean, to hit a 25 is just. I'm going to use the Winifred's wisdom.
Okay, you get a +5. Is this diplomacy or intimidate?
DC should be lower because he's unfriendly instead of hostile. So
I just said that.
yeah, it should be like a 20 now. So
Now that your hair's green, you seem more like a parrot.
like a parrot.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second.
I'll take it. That's a pretty cool bird.
Alrighty. I am inspired. So I'm going to roll twice.
Wait, what do you mean you're
Let's see if it
inspired?
does anything.
Wait, what?
I have a class feature. Inspired. Roll twice. Take the better results.
How often?
Okay. Once a day.
You. I hope you understand this counts as an army.
It's going to be dodgy as fuck. My modifier is still low. Alright, so...
I hope you understand this counts
plus
as an army.
5. What are you on about? Stop it. Alright, stop trying to cuck me, man.
I'm just telling you. It's expensive.
It is an army. It's a pretty good single unit army too.
Let me see. All right,
You would want to keep it
diplomacy.
in range too.
Uh,
Roll again. Nice.
okay, hang on. Wait. Yep.
Like
yep.
24.
Okay, 25.
Your soldiers are kind of like starting to filter up around and whatnot. You can imagine Kushibashi has already like come and they've come into range and they're kind of hanging back a good bit. You know, bows are out, arrows knocked but not drawn, hanging back. With Naren, you know, telling his soldiers like with just a holding of a hand or whatever it is, see how this plays out. You know what I mean? Kind of like hanging back, prepared to ride up there and lend aid if you need it. Again, your other soldiers kind of like scrambling about, but Urzog seeing what's happening, going, "Watch this, boys! He's gonna eat them." You know, stuff like that, and yeah, so he kind of like listens, watching this all play out, looks around, sees them all there, and says, "You feed, me fight."
Varix nods. Me feed. You serve. You fight.
Okay. It says.
As it says that, and he submits, he looks around at the Karuk around him, and he's like, just like yells out, this, in Karuk, obviously, this giant now serves Densho. Densho stronger. And then he looks to Shado and Kushibashi, and he says, Densho stronger, you are stronger. And then he like points at the dead giant, and he says to his Karuk, now eat.
He points to what, the dead Karuk?
The dead giant.
Oh, the dead. Oh, so the Karuk are gonna eat the giant. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
The dead one, not the one that just,
Of course.
Do
It's like, oh, but that was my boyfriend. He was delicious. So anyways. No?
No, but
No? Cannibalism gets weird. I'm sorry. You know?
I just had flashbacks to the ice cream cone, and then
Nice.
All right. So, he already rolled taxes. Green. So, anyways, yeah, you would get to collect him now. Him as an army, or them as an army. I actually didn't define if there was male or female, so that's up to you. They actually count as an ACR 3 army because it's CR of the creature, which is 7 minus 4 because they're a hero army, which is a 1-person army. So they're an ACR of 3, but they also technically have ranged attacks of it being boulders. So when they're active, it costs a little bit more, whatever it is. So we'll go over consumption and whatnot later on. But as an individual army, that does mean even on reserve, this one person costs you 1 BP a month to keep on reserves. Because it's a giant.
Yeah, what if I don't take him as army and I take him as a bodyguard?
Yeah, how do you take him as he's a bodyguard army?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was just trying to weasel my way out of it, but yeah, no, that's worth it for me.
It's HP if you chose to engage it in melee combat. Out of its max of 85, I was going to have him down to 32 HP, which is actually within range of you to kill in 1 or 2 hits. So
yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, you like well into Blood Eater, of course. And so it kind of plays out well. Everybody came here to help you with the battle that you maybe didn't need help with. You maybe could have done it on your own, or at least with one side helping you. But at least you know for a fact that your friends came to your aid as soon as you called them. It cost everybody a ton of money to watch you take a giant onto your team.
It's not only that, though. It's if Rast would have attacked at the same time.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We're gonna go walk on our ass.
Yeah, we'll get to that because, yeah, we are. That's what we're going to do.
So we're going to worry about everybody else's BP in a moment. Let's go back to you for a second, Jake, because that was your first kingdom roll. Remember, we still have your first kingdom event. We still had other kingdom events to worry about. So that being said, with your other kingdom events, remove all turns and close this out. Okay. With your other kingdom events kind of playing out, one of them was exactly as you just saw there, that giant's being moved from there to, I imagine, it could stay in your capital. I don't know if you would do that, or maybe you'd want to put it over here, closer to, say, the Barren Lands. Might be a better idea. So anyways, you have your giant kind of set down there. Moving on from that, again, everybody else you're worried about afterwards. Your main army, of course, comes back over here. You will want to go ahead and roll for me. This is going to be to discover information. So from your kingdom, I'm so sorry, I'm just trying to find you, Jake. This is an advisor task specifically for those of you that write tasks, we're not doing any of those for this month's kingdom rolls. They're going to have a relatively mild month with only the stuff that I created for them. You guys are coming in next time. So this is going to be an advisor task for either your war chief, who can do it only because he's already in the area, or for your shadow, can handle this for you, or your outrider. It is a stability check that you're going against, and it is a hard check. Hard stability. Shadow, outrider, war chief.
This is to gather information about what the clan.
Yep, the clan's to the north of you. It's just for me to reveal something.
I'd say Iritha would have been on it while we were fighting, knowing that they've sworn vengeance or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a DC, I said 20. You're welcome to roll with a +7.
Okay.
You currently have a -1 for 1 month, don't you? Because of how something had played out. So he has a +6 on this instead, and that eliminates the -1. Could they build the giant his own fort outside the capital? Could they build him his own fort? Yeah, of course you can. Do whatever you want. If you want, baby.
All right, so +6?
My apologies. That is a +6. Yes, sir.
Yep. All right. Okay. There we go.
That is and against the DC 20, you can try to luck die it to see if you get critical success. Otherwise, you definitely succeeded.
How many do I need for a critical?
You have to be +7, so you have to get at least a 2. It's a 75% chance. Actually, odds are pretty in your favor.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So you actually do get the critical success, which is again great news for you. That's what I was looking for. Cool. So it's just great news for you. So you're definitely able to discover some information. It wasn't just that you discover that they have an army rolling in for you. Where is the army token that I have? My library. Thank you. It wasn't just that they have an army kind of rolling in against you. God damn it. Everything I have is with these guys on. I have to get new tokens. That they have coming against you. You're actually able to learn finite numbers. Specifically, this army right here that you're able to see. I believe you can see that, correct? Yes, you can. That is actually an army of 50. That's right there. And they are on foot, traveling along. There's, spear fighters, so on and so forth. And you actually have over here an army of 20, similar to Nick's group, that actually happen to be on a mounted army of 20 that's moving forward over there. So you actually have two armies that are moving in, kind of like scouting your area and starting to harass your terrain over here. To handle this check right here, this is actually very simple as they're starting to harass your terrain and everything that's over there. It's actually just a stability check for you. Where's Jake? It is a simple stability check for your kingdom, which because of how you handled everything with the giant and whatnot, that actually makes it so if you don't roll a 1, no penalty happens this time, and we'll deal with things next time.
Okay, so just a stability check.
Correct.
You fail that one.
Yep.
You failed by 10. Or
No.
yeah, because we don't count the 1 from it, right? Because
It's a minus 10, so it's technically 9 less. Yeah. I kept it's not a 36, it's a 26. And it's outside of the realm of where he could feasibly, yeah. So Jake, you failed. That being said, they don't just start harassing the land. As a matter of fact, as you move your army back to the south, your farms there are already rather compromised indeed. So compromised, in fact, that when the armies move up and take the land, they in fact take the land from you. They literally take it for themselves. Belongs to them now. So they have, oh goddamn, I hate when I press that button. They've officially declared war on you. You lost a hex to them. And they have their 2 armies currently stationed. Oh, hold on, let me put you here and move you to back, just so I don't have concerns in the future. And they officially have moved their 2 armies into the land of yours that they just took, officially declaring war on you. Whenever you lose a hex, first of all, your size goes down by 1, so that's good news. So your things kind of get a little bit easier.
Did you put it up? Because I didn't change it before, so it might still be the same.
I actually did not increase it, so it might still be the same. You are correct.
Yeah.
Which means you failed by 10, because your control DC was actually 26th. So anyways, let me just do this check real quick. Losing hexes. Losing hexes. If you lose control of a hex, whether because of you lose all the farms, everything that happens to be there, at least immediately off the turn. So you have to remove 1 farm from your reduction of consumption, all that stuff.
Fertile farm.
Yep, a fertile farm probably is. Yep, it is. You lose a fertile farm. Losing a hex may break your blah, 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 at least. So whenever you lose a hex, I think it's your unrest, I think only goes up by 1, though. Yeah, it's actually only 1. That's not that bad. So increase 1 to your unrest for Jake.
All right.
So you go to a 2. Cool. You lost a fertile farm.
Yep.
So it goes down to 6 instead of 7. So you now actually have a consumption, and because you now have 2 armies, technically, you actually are paying a consumption next time. Cool.
Right.
So that was the second of your events that was coming your way, Jake. Sorry about that. Let me just check my notes and see if there was anything else.
Get out of it, mate. I have a question though. When this is finished, because you're wanting to go into kingdom roles, but it's going to be mass combat
Yep.
again.
Your army is still active. You can send them easily right back north and immediately go into this before it's the next person's turn. Hold on 1 second. +4 on rest, an ongoing event. G needs to scouting. Okay. And the army attacks Jake's forces. Okay. Yep. Those are my notes for Jake. Okay. So technically speaking, your army is still active. You can keep them active for a second week and immediately bring them back to go and fight that group. The good news is you can also easily send word to your allies who are currently retreating back to their own homes and have them come back and aid in the fight against them as well. Or you could just bring your own army back, your own army with its current state being as it is because you haven't had proper time to rest. I think you heal just a smidge.
You heal half your ACR after 1 hour after the battle, and then half your ACR while marching.
So half of your ACR is what, Jake?
3? Because the ACR is a 7.
You said 3, correct? Give me 1 second. So we're gonna go down to the hills again. All right. So the giant is fucked. You do not know. The giant is fucked. So you said your ACR is a 3, so that heals you to a 35. And then he's suggesting that while you're marching south again, you would get one more or another half of your ACR. And then you can imagine, correct. So you move 2 hexes a day. So you can imagine marching back north again, you'd heal one more group, which means that you would engage in the fight unless you held off for whatever reason. You would go back into it with 41 out of 45. I think because your max health is 45, right?
You're muted.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that being said, you can actually get back into the fight with 41 out of 45 HP. Would you call to your friends to come and aid you again, or what would you do?
Well, that's up to them because what my plan was to, after we dealt with the giants, to deal with Rast. So if we're not still together, if you want to have a little break or whatever, I would still send word then.
Yeah, I mean, you would know my army's pretty beaten up too. I'm just above half. I just need to know how much I healed because I was at 19 out of 27.
You would heal, like you said, the first hour. So you heal more or less. You would jump into the fight again unless you guys decided to held off for one reason or another, which could cause other problems. You would heal 3 chunks of half ACR, so 1.5 times ACR. Well, don't forget. Well, it's technically if your ACR is an odd number, always round down.
So I healed 2 an hour after the battle, and then we've marched for 1 day. You said
you could assume 2 days total away and
2
then
days
back.
total.
Yeah.
So I would be at 25 out of 27 then. So yeah, I'd be good to enter.
It's just a matter
The
of
messengers would it would get to you and they'd say Rast has attacked Densho, has attacked their land. They've, you know, I mean, it's not we're attacking; it's they've attacked my.
Oh yeah, I mean, we'd be going
area.
anyway. Yeah, the only time we wouldn't be able to go is like if my army was like a quarter HP, and I'd basically be sending people to die. Right? It'd be like we need time to recruit. But yeah, Tesla himself would actually be heading out this time too, after getting that notice.
Okay. So they literally, as you are also getting close to returning to your own watchtower, whatever it is that you have there, you'd be like, "Nope, turn it around, boys," and going back. Awesome.
And this is second week, so my economy roll would count this for that week. So
that's fine. So we'll deal with you.
Noted.
We'll deal with you in a moment. Nick, are you also going to return?
Yeah, I will definitely respond.
Why don't we take a quick break and we'll be right back?
I don't like the sound of that.
What?
I need bathroom, so I do.
Do you want to see me lick another ice cream cone?
Sounds hot.